Hi, welcome to Crafty Little Things. I'm Andrea. This is my Christmas card for this week. And also I said that I would demonstrate how to use these sort of edging dies. So I'm going to at least demonstrate how to use this one. My card is going to be a 6x6 base today. So that's what I've got. Well, they're not actually 6x6. They're 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. But it's not quite 5 1/8 on that side. I'm using this new smoky slate. I think it's called smoky slate. The new grey colour that we've got. It's more of a sandy grey. It's more like crumb cake than a grey, to be honest. So I'm going to be using that. And I've made that 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. And then I'm using a piece of silver foil from Stampin Up. Everything's Stampin Up except the die and the ribbon this week. So I'm using that. You can see it's not as sort of glary as some of the other foils. And I've made that 1/8 of an inch smaller again. And then I've got a piece of Wisteria Wonder, which is a retired Stampin Up colour. And that's going to go on, and that's a little bit more, that's 1/4 of an inch smaller than the others. And then I'm going to edge this top piece, and then I'm going to pop this piece on the end. I've made it exactly the same size there, but I've made it only 2.5 inches wide. And I'm going to cut out from that. And then I've got a piece of silver ribbon, which I'm thinking I'm going to put down the centre of there, and then I'm going to layer up a little sentiment just using the silver foil again and a piece of smoky slate, and keep it nice and simple. And then I'm using a stamp there which says "Have yourself a merry little Christmas," and I'm going to heat emboss some snowflakes in silver onto the back of the background of here. So what I need to just do is I just need to mark, just need to get a pencil. You know, I've always got pencils everywhere, and just because I want one, there's not one around. So I'll just use a pen. I just need to mark the very sort of last point at which I should be doing my stamping. Now this little stamp, this little snowflake stamp, and this "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" came from this stamp set, which is from Momenta. I think it's an American company. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Yeah, it's an American company. Right, so I'm just going to assemble. But first of all, I'm going to just do my little bits of cutting out. So on this piece, I'm just going to cut out a corner. I don't like using these triple corner punches, but I'm just going to cut out just to make it look a bit more interesting. So, first things first, I've got my Versamark and I've got my embossing buddy. That's better. Make sure that I have an odd number of spaces so that I can pop that through the middle. Oh, this ribbon's a little bit curly. And pop that through the middle, and then I can bring it over, and then I can tie it in a knot, and then while it's there I can just pull it nice and straight, so I know that I can pull my ribbon straight like that. Then I can lift that off there, and then I know I've got this gorgeous little bow there. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure it's in the right place. It's going to be quite a busy card for me, isn't it? I don't usually do very I don't usually make cards that are a bit kind of multi-step, if you like. Just going to use a little bit of tape to keep that down. Might as well use another piece just to make sure it stays down. And then I think I'll run a little glue along here. But I am going to have the cutout, so I do want it to stop at my cutout piece just for now until I've figured out what I'm going to do with it. Just hold that down. Because I'm going to have this here and that's going to cut out there. So I think it should be okay, but I'm just going to try it, you see, because I'm going to have a little bit change plan now because of that. So I'm going to have my sentiment up here. Okay, so it's going to be like that. Now, for these edging dies, what you want to look at is where they're actually cutting. So this one, it's wherever you've got the, you can see the cutting edge is the bit that's standing up. So it's not flush with the rest. And some of it like scores, and some of it just cuts, and some of it's just there for design. So this one is going to cut out the whole bauble here. It's going to cut away the paper. All down this side, it's just going to cut the paper away, okay? So if you put your die so it's up to the edge there of your paper, what will happen is all of this is going to be cut away, but you'll be left with some shape in here, and you'll be left with some shape in here. So you're not going to have this whole shape cut out. This side here is going to stay, but this side is going to be cut away. So I'll just show you. So if you have it up to your edge and you have it so it comes to the top and the bottom of your cardstock, and then you grab your big shot and you just run it through. So when you take your cardstock away, you see this piece comes completely off. And then when you lift this off, be very gentle with it, and it takes away that little slither there and a few little bits and bobs along the side there. Get your poker tool. Just clean it up a bit. So you're left with a really nice, I mean that even spins around. So cute. So to go on to here then, because we're going to pop that on there, that's going to go right up to the edge there. That on there. I think we'd get away with it with our ribbon going behind. Let's just have a look. I'm not going to take the ribbon right behind, I'm just going to take it to behind the bauble, okay? So I'm going to cut it off, sort of here. And then we can see that that's behind the bauble. I'm not sure if it looks a bit too plain now, but yeah, that's behind the bauble. So I'm just going to use a little bit of tape. Just to secure it and hope that that doesn't show up. Don't know what that was. So that doesn't show up. No, it's not showing up, so that's Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm just going to pop that on, and I'm just going to glue it on. I'm not going to glue the bauble on the outside because I want it to have a little bit of dimension going on. Okay, and I'm not going to glue those little bits there either. So I'm just going to stick that right onto the edge of that, and that's it really. That's how you use those edging dies. Okay, now I've got a little bit of glue on there, so I'm going to buff that off later when I'm finished. Okay, and then that's going to go onto that layer there. My trimmer blade is really bad at the minute. Yeah, so that's going to go onto that layer there. Just make sure you poke all the bits out of your die. I'll brush them out just so that it's ready for your next use. And there we go. And then the sentiment, again, we're going to use dimensionals to pop that on. But I'm not going to do that just yet because I need to just glue this down first. I'm just going to cut this little piece off, which was my tab from my sellotape, because I don't want that to show through and ruin everything. You see people using Tombow and you think, what's so good about that? It's just glue. And then you realise what's good about it when you try using other things. Okay, so I'm just going to clear that off. Make sure I've got my card open the right way round, because I was just in danger there of putting it on the wrong way because I had ordered my card the wrong way, which is why it looked a little bit bizarre. Press down on the other side. And stick this on. I've not lined that up straight, I'm sorry, but you know, I did my best. Well, I didn't do my best. I was just rushing. And there we go. So that's that one done. And like I said, I'll just use a little microfiber cloth and I'll just give that a little rub because it's got a few little marks on it. But it's quite a glary card actually. It's difficult to show you what it looks like. But there we go. It's quite a frosty looking card. It's got lots of silver and this lovely delicate wisteria wonder card. Really finishes it off. And then I'm just gonna buff those bits off when it's done. And if I couldn't get rid of those little bits, all I'd do is I'd stick some diamantes on, which is probably what I'll do anyway. Because it's quite a blingy card. It's a pretty card, very pretty. So yeah, that's that one. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.